No, in 2006, Education Secretary Margaret Spelling eased federal law allowing schools to offer single-sex classes as long as it continued to stay an option to the parents and was not mandatory. Single-sex high schools seem to be becoming more popular in the U.S. These schools allow each gender to learn more and at a faster rate with different teaching styles. Many people also oppose these schools with a concern that the gender will have difficulty transitioning to a co-ed college. Religion has also become a large part in these single-sex schools. Most of them are Catholic, some are Christian. However, public schools have joined in with individual classes for each gender. When deciding whether to send your kids to a single-sex school or to even take single-sex courses in a public school, it's important to evaluate their learning style. Boys and girls learn in very different ways. Knowing your student and how they retain information is crucial to teaching them in the most effective way. After researching on eduguide.org, I've learned that generally most girls prefer to learn in a warmer environment. However, most boys prefer to learn in colder environments. I also learned from this site that boys prefer to work alone on assignments because they can get easily distracted in groups. However, girls prefer to work in groups and can get assignments done quicker that way. Taking just these few facts into consideration can quickly tell any parent that their child may learn more by suiting their needs individually. Even though most of these single-sex schools cater to their specific gender that they teach, once they get to college, it isn't quite the same. Transitioning from a single-sex high school to a co-ed college can be tricky for some. Parents often wonder how their kids will react to having the opposite sex, and some even wonder how they're going to be getting an education with them around. There are few single-sex colleges in the United States. However, most students tend to go to state schools which have both genders in all of their classes. After reading an article on theprospect.net, most students who go through a single-sex high school for 4 years don't want to spend another lengthy period of time with that one sex. Once these students transfer to a co-ed college, they generally tend to keep most of the same study habits they had. They learn to work with the other sex in classroom situations. Most of these students felt they had learned so much in their single-sex schools as far as how to study that once they got to college, they felt that they almost had an advantage over these other students. Most of these single-sex high schools are generally associated with a religion. However, thanks to Margaret Spellings, some public schools have been able to start offering more single-sex classes. Even though they're co-ed in general for the school, they allow boys to have one class altogether and girls to have another. Catholic high schools tend to be more of a single-sex education. There are also some Christian schools that only have one gender, but mostly it's Catholic religion. Once Spelling eased the law on the single-sex classes, many public schools were able to start offering these in their co-ed schools. Public schools who offer single-sex classes rose from 4 in 1998 to 540 in 2010. This just goes to prove that these single-sex learning environments can really benefit and allow the students to learn from which way is easiest for them. Parents play a large role in helping their children decide if they want to go to a single-sex high school. Even though, in the end, the child has to make their own decisions for themselves, parents need to do their homework and evaluate what way will work best for their child. If their child is a boy and is going to learn in a better environment with other boys, then why not send them to an all-boy high school? They don't have to believe in that religion just to go there, but knowing that their learning style will be suited to the best of their ability there might help them out. After hearing some facts about the single-sex school teaching styles, handling co-ed college courses after high school, and religion-based schools versus public single-sex courses, I hope you consider sending your future children to a single-sex high school. After all, I came from one myself.